For that report. Now, staying in West Africa, Sierra Leone's Information Minister, Chernor Bah, says the clashes that left around 20 dead on Sunday in the capital, Freetown, were caused by a failed attempted coup. Speaking on Tuesday, Bah says it was a failed attempted coup to illegally subvert and overthrow the democratically elected government of Sierra Leone.
In fact, the state security and intelligence forces don't determine now say the November 26 incidents na be a failed attempted coup. Na be a failed attempted coup. They don't determine say the threshold where they look at all the details we then get now as the investigation they continue. That in fact the intention of them people here na be for illegally subvert and overthrow the democratically elected government of this country.
Like you rightly say, we investigate an attempted coup, we failed. In the early hours of the 26th of November 2013, a group of people tried for use some illegal and overt attempt means for unseat an incumbent leadership by using force. Somebody they asked what for now if we can pinpoint ringleaders. I want to say precisely it's much too early. As it is, we get 13 hours left and 1 civilian in custody.
Whether this failed coup attempt linked to our former president, I cannot say now. There's an ongoing investigation. No one say a link to this person, I cannot sit here and say until we investigate.
Now joining me on the news to discuss this is media advisor at the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, Imran Mohamed Silla. Good morning and thank you for joining me on the news.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good morning.
All right, so I would like for you to provide a brief overview of the events surrounding the attempted coup. Were there any warning signs or intelligence reports that hinted at the potential coup at all?
Well, thank you again. There are things I cannot speak to because there are ongoing investigations by the security sector, and therefore we do not want to make public what is being looked into and followed through with regards to the investigation, and therefore I would have to be cautious. I mean, it is safe to say at this material point in time that their intentions were very clear, which is to overthrow our democracy, which is to bring unease and tension and take us back, and therefore those were stopped by loyal forces. Those were stopped by loyal forces, and therefore we are where we are. His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Maada, did address the nation later on Sunday, the 26th of November, to inform the public that there was calm and that the security sector was on top of things, and that he was still President of the Republic of Sierra Leone and fully in control of the state.
All right, while we're being careful here, would love for you to actually tell us what, taking a look at the potential repercussions, you know, when it comes to an attempted coup, what are those repercussions for those who are involved in organizing or even supporting the coup attempt? We understand that, you know, there are flyers out with names and pictures of some people who are actually wanted at the moment. What measures are being taken to recapture the escaped prisoners and also ensure public safety?
Well, the security sector is working very hard in making sure that those whose names were published yesterday at the end of our press conference at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs conference room are going to be picked up. They rely on a lot of intelligence. In fact, yesterday, at some point, one of them was picked up in the west end of Freetown after a tip-off by citizens in that area. And so that's the kind of approach we want to take. But then we also want the public to understand that there should be no cause for alarm, and that the security sector have been very professional and will continue to be very professional, right, in making sure that we bring to conclusion and pick those who are still outstanding. There's a total of 29 that the police and the security sector at large are looking for to help with the investigations, and it's only a matter of time before they will be picked up.
All right, you did say that the security sector are being professional, which is actually a good thing. But are there any measures being taken at the moment to prevent a future attempt?
Well, look, we rely on the state security, right, for protecting lives and property, and we know that so far they have done a brilliant job, and they continue to look at every intelligence available to them as to what happened, how it unfolded, those who were involved in the planning, and how to forestall such an incident in the future. So I'm sure there will be lessons learned, obviously, for the security sector, and they will take those lessons on board. But then primarily the focus right now is making sure that normalcy returns, so that people are able to go about their business on a daily basis, whilst we continue to look for those who are in hiding and bring them, right, so that they can help with the investigation. And we're going to follow the due process. Don't forget that His Excellency the President is committed to peace and national cohesion. That was why very recently there was a dialogue which lasted for 3 days with the international community involved, the European Union, ECOWAS, and all the rest, in making sure that we are able to resolve whatever issues there are politically. And that's a commitment that His Excellency the President has made, for which we know that an election systems review process is on the way, right, which has through a leadership with the international community also involved, and members of the opposition party involved, and the representation from government. So that's the kind of approach we would like to take going forward, in making sure that there's peace, national cohesion, and stability, right? But then ultimately, we have a responsibility. President Julius Maada feels heartened, right, by the condemnation all over, from ECOWAS, from US, from EU, Commonwealth, right, on the incident that happened on the 26th of November, which was on a Sunday. And therefore, we feel that we have to continue to stay the course, right, and focus on things that are germane to national development, peace, and cohesion also.
All right, it's a good thing that you've actually said that, proper steps are being taken to restore confidence in the people and also, in the nation's democratic processes. Thank you so much for joining me on the news this morning to discuss this.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.